So there's, in WordPress you have themes and you have child themes, which is kind of a pretty cool concept. It took me a while to kind of appreciate that, but basically you install your theme and it does all the look and feel of the website. And if you want to change something that didn't come with your theme, it's really not advisable to go into your theme and modify it, especially if it's one that you downloaded from a third party that paid for it. But anything that you did not develop yourself, if you want to change something, the preferred way that WordPress recommends is by creating a child theme. So basically it's a theme that references the parent theme, they call it parent theme in this case, and any file that exists in the parent theme, you could duplicate and overwrite in your child theme, and this way you're creating the modifications that you need without harming the base parent theme. So this way, if the theme has an update, you can update safely and your changes and your modifications will persist. Does that make sense to everybody?
So it's just like classes in programming.
Yeah, it's
Child
classes.
classes.
Yeah, so it inherits the parent
Yes.
and you can go from there. So that's theme and child theme. So this is just a regular theme, it's not child theme, but you could child theme it because it's really easy to actually child theme any website or any theme. Okay, so the reason why I like the Roots theme is, for those of you, let me see if I can find a quick theme in GitHub that I can use to compare.
If you want to use the command line, I've got it open. I jump into
To download a theme, or?
you can do it either way, download it.
I was just gonna view like the files in here.
Okay.
Let's maybe find 2015. Actually, I don't know if it'll be on here actually. Let's see, what's a good way to look at a regular looking theme? I had it all set up over here, like that I downloaded like 2015.
You know what? There might be blank theme that you can use. Oh, just a regular looking theme, right?
Yeah. Oh, you know what?
Go to localhost. Go to localhost. I have some themes set up on there. Or you
Okay.
can set up a new desktop server theme if you want to as well. Like just throw them together really quick.
If I
Yeah.
want to use my machine, I've got Sage set up, basic.
Yeah?
All already running.
I mean, you're talking about basic theme, 2015 is about it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
I like it too.
Where?
Hard to break it. Nothing there. That's right. Put more crop on stuff.
So if you want to have terminal open, I'll open it, it's one.
2017 is cool, but it's, yeah.
Can I open it this way?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Okay. So let's open up 2015.
Let's see, we're having a little trouble with the way it's set up with the job.
How we can see some modify, so we can change something here.
Yeah, we did see the code though. We see the code, so it's good.
Focus?
Yeah.
There we go.
There you go.
It's all blurry from back here anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Okay, so let's look at a regular theme. For those that don't look at themes all day long, this is a template file that WordPress uses called page.php. And what this file displays is your regular pages. So if you guys are familiar with the difference between a page and a post, this just displays your static pages. So every page, every file, no matter page or post, is going to call like the same functions over and over. So you've got header, and it prints out your header, and it's got these hooks in there that your plugins will hook into. You've got this one down here that does your footer, and then you've got the loop right here. So, say we have 5 different page designs on our site. Typically, what you would do is you would duplicate this file 5 different times. If you wanted different markups, so if you wanted like a different header here or there, or you maybe wanted a sidebar, you could go in and duplicate this file and then maybe make a template out of it and assign it to the different pages that you want. Why that's not really good is because you're repeating a lot of code. You're repeating this, you know, and you're a loop. So let's look at what Sage provides.
So this is part of Roots, huh?
Yes, this is
Okay.
part of Roots.
Okay.
Let's see where to jump in. So in Sage, you get one file that does, I guess, so to speak, everything. And what you're looking at here is it's using namespaces, PHP namespaces. I don't know if I know how to explain that properly, but basically it organizes your PHP classes so that if you have two different class names, they don't collide and conflict. And so you could have like one class called person and another one called person, and you just call them by a different namespace, and you're able to use both of them just fine.
So how does this have to apply with dry?
With dry. Okay, let me look at the documentation here, and then we can look at exactly how that works.
Because if one says, you know, dog, and one says dog on the class, you don't want to repeat per page, per post, all, you know. You got 1,000 pages at a time, that'd take you forever. If you're hand coding it.
Right.
So Sage, framework, what is it?
Start
No.
theme?
No, it's a basic template,
What's it?
Starter theme.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
there are several out there.
just like templates in Microsoft Word or Excel. It's just a template.
But what has me, like right now, is because I never really used Roots, and I thought Roots was the starter thing. That's what
I always confuse the two as well.
Yeah.
Roots or Sage. Okay, so the theme comes with its own class that I guess it overrides the template, the built-in template hierarchy. It uses a filter, so it's really smart about knowing which file to load. So WordPress already does this. It knows that if you're going to a page, it'll know to look for either page.php or maybe the specific page id.php. And if it doesn't find anything, then it's always going to default to index.php. So WordPress already does this naturally, but this does it a little bit better. So let me see if I can find exactly where it's doing that. If I can jump back into the code here. Where is it?
So this is a wrapper.
So this is the wrapper class,
Yeah.
and this is what does a lot of the this is what does a lot of the template picking. So basically, it's going to find on its own. It'll find the base file, depending on where you put it. Let's see. I really wish I had my computer. Okay, I think this is where it puts everything. So inside of templates, you can start creating how you would create a normal template file. You would put it inside of here, rather inside of this root, how you normally would. So let's see.
Okay, so if you're creating like a new page template,
So if you're creating
single post.
a new page template, you can create it just in there. Let's see if I
Would
could.
that be like a custom 404 page you would do there?
Yeah, you could do it that way.
Yeah, whatever you want. Whatever you want to call it. And it's preloaded it from the base instead of grabbing it from the core WordPress.
Yeah, so
Right.
it's gonna So it's gonna use this base file to wrap everything. And in here, you can see it's gonna grab the template path so it knows what markup to pull. So if you want, you know, a blog page to look, you know, it'll list all your blogs, or if you want a page to show like the details of one content, it'll use this function here to grab the correct one. But what I wanna do is,
You try to find where to name it.
yeah, it's find exactly how it does it. I haven't worked with this theme in a couple of weeks. So it usually takes me a little bit to find exactly how to do it. Let's see. I thought it was inside of templates. Let's see. Kind of going through this together, you guys. So,
I was trying to see what we could have on this computer.
I was going to show you on my computer. I was going to show you my site that I had built with it.
Yeah.
That way I could quickly reference exactly what was
Does
going on.
iOS have a remoting ability? That you could bring up your computer on that computer?
I don't know.
Oh, never mind.
Like airplane? Except from
Oh,
the
MacBook,
MacBook,
yeah.
Like-
Desktop protocol?
VNC software.
You could just use Hangouts. Just screen share.
Hangouts?
Yeah, you know.
You can't control it.
Oh, yeah.
I'll
Yeah,
just
that
slow
would
it
work.
down.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Google
No,
Hangout.
that would work.
Yeah,
Here, you
like
see,
you start your computer and
Let him use his.
So smart, man.
What?
Alright, you have a Google account, right?
Yeah.
I've never seen that.
that's freaking awesome.
I've
That's
never
awesome
seen
idea.
that. I have no idea. Neither. So the premise on this would be it bypasses page, right, the child themes, so you could just use this instead. But you're trying to.
The premise is that you don't have to write get footer or get header over and over. You don't have to write, you know, your wrapper div over and over. You write it once, and then the theme Sage just picks up like you would normally with WordPress. It knows which template to load, and it'll load it with, so that you don't have to write that stuff twice. It's one file.
So you develop the theme.
You got the answer.
Hangouts.
Bastard. He has those.
Okay.
And start a video call with me.
What was your question about?
I looked for ice downstairs.
What was your question?
Well,
You develop a theme
you
and
develop the theme in Sage, and then WordPress updates their
What was it,
core.
Nate?
Yeah,
What's
needs,
that?
And you're gonna have to go back
So
and keep
right
tweaking your
there.
theme, right?
Need to-
Depending on
It's
whatever
on the
they
right.
like, yeah.
No, you won't have to, because it's a starter theme. Starter theme, you never have to update it, unless
you're using,
old functions.
yeah,
Like
old
really
PHP
old
functions, but that wouldn't be good practice anyway, so.
Is it Kanye or?
Genesis.
Yep, that's it. Now you just got, boom, shakalaka, now full screen that bad boy, Nate.
That's a 1980 song. What was that? Boom, shakalaka.
Oh, can you zoom in on your code?
Okay.
All right.
I like that, fine.
You already know? We have the technology.
Yes. Oh, yeah, I feel a little bit.
Alright.
It's pretty wild. Okay. All right. So I've got. So this is Sage as I've used it on my site. So I've got. So I've duplicated the base file for my projects page and then for my home page. And that was mainly because I needed to change some divs that were outside of this. Alright, so templates.
So The loop is inside of your template, right?
Mm,
Or
no, the loop is inside of somewhere else. Let me see if I can remember where it's at. While I'm here, let me show you this function here. This displays a sidebar. Typically how you would display the sidebar is you would write in the function. You would write it somewhere in here, similar to like WP footer. You would do the sidebar function, but in here you tell it where not to display the sidebar. So you would write your normal conditionals if you're familiar with these. So if it's the
per page
404, yeah. So if it's the 404 page, don't display the sidebar. If it's the front page, don't display the sidebar. I'm actually not using the sidebar at all on my website, so this is why this is pretty full here.
So if you wanted to display it on a post, you just get rid of his single.
Yeah, exactly. So I'll get rid of a single, and then my sidebar would be displaying on a post.
As much as I know.
Is this your current website?
Well, it said, is
Yeah.
it set there? So they're just checking for
Yeah, so
it's active right
let's
now.
see.
So that is usually
What
good.
made you want to go with Roots?
Like I said earlier, it was like a bunch of chaos. There was people moving computers, so maybe you didn't catch it. What I liked about Roots is that when I create a new page for a new template file, I don't have to rewrite, the head, the footer, and even the loop. I don't have to do any of that. I just write it once inside of the base, and then it loads the template file for me, and it does, all of that for me here. One thing that is pretty tricky is anytime you write a filter, typically you write your filters you write whatever book
Yeah.
here, and then the name of your function here.
Uh-huh.
This would break because we're using namespaces, so you have to write.
Oh, you have to concatenate the name.
You have to write your namespace and then escape it like that, and then you'll get the normal behavior that you're used to. It explains it in the documentation, but initially you may see it and I forget the error you get, but it'll throw an error at you. Okay, so here, I'm telling Roots, I'm telling Roots that if we're on the front page, to use this other base file.
Now, is this like a functions.php or this file that we're in right now? That's defining all this stuff?
Yeah, it's loaded through functions.php.
Load the functions?
Yeah.
Okay.
So functions.php just loads all of the files.
Okay. So this is like a bootstrapper file?
Oh, they're just including the files. That's what you're doing.
Yeah, so it's
So
including the files.
These dropping them in, then you're setting them up, and they're just checking for the sets on them. Because those two of them go, you went back.
You also need to have Composer installed on your machine to have this up and running.
Oh.
Composer is just the dependency manager for PHP.
Not Visual Composer, guys.
Yeah, not Visual Composer. So basically, it just downloads a bunch of other PHP classes that you would need, and it sets up all of the namespaces for you so that you can just start coding without having to write an include file or anything like that. So it's similar to Homebrew if you use Homebrew on your computer, or npm if you use gulp or run or anything like that. So it just downloads everything for you.
How does it tell though which to load through the classes up there, like body class? But the page on the back was it's looping through, and then if you want a certain header, you can load different headers on different posts.
Doesn't look like it selectively loads, it's like it throws the whole thing in there and then you grab whichever pieces you need.
Yeah,
It's
where's
not like
that?
it's dynamic loading, is it?
No, yeah, it's dynamically loading, yeah.
It is.
But what did you mean?
But, I'm just reading the code. It's going through an array, grabbing out what it needs on the array, pushing it to a certain post on the headers, and it's checking for the sets on them.
Yes, but
So I was
yeah.
reading the code.
I think I know what you're talking about. I was looking at that.
That's pretty good.
over here. Yeah, it's for I think you're looking at this here.
Right.
This is for the base files. So,
So what happened if you had 10 posts and did 10 different headers? You could do that.
Yeah, I don't see why not, yeah. I don't think you would do it through here.
Okay,
Maybe you could do it through here, or maybe you could just write it inside of a new base file. You could write your own different header.
because someone wants a splash page, that's what he's for, because he's on this 404, trying to redirect people on the 404, and then rewrite the 404.
Right.
Right.
Um, so here's an example of a 404 page. So it looks really slim, right? You don't see like get header, you don't see get footer,
Right,
Yeah.
you don't see the sidebar. So Roots is loading this 404.php file inside of here. So it displays with all of this markup around it.
It's modular.
Wow.
So can we see the page?
So it's just.
Oh, yeah,
I'm talking about.
what is the site look like? The
Function
actual
libraries are always
website.
there.
That
They
you
don't
have.
ever get released.
This is your,
Let 'em
this
make
is your
this
new
point.
portfolio site.
Let him make
Yeah.
this point.
So here's the 404 page.
So, I was trying to help somebody solve a problem, and they had, we had deleted a bunch of websites, but they were still being, showing up on Google with posts. So you click on the site, if it didn't have the slash in the name of the post, it would have been fine, because they were all redirected to the main page. But now they're going to the 404 page. And the solution was create a new 404 page with some frequently asked questions so that it would, Google would say, oh, okay, that's friendly because it's got content on there relative to that.
Broken link.
Yeah,
right.
Google's gonna cache it anyway.
So anyway.
Right.
Here's just a crazy question, but anyway, up on why you break my site, you can just type anything you want in there.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's just for him though, because his is a 404, he keeps asking questions even last month.
Yeah. If I had
I only care about me.
Yeah, you know.
I look for my solution.
It's say go to your topic and say anything you want.
Yeah. So you follow up, why you break my site?
And I use Genesis, and there's a plugin for custom 404s. And you create it just like a regular page,
Or you can go in the code real quick and type it out.
you know?
So here's the markup for my front page. So again, you notice there's none of that get header and get footer stuff.
And this is just, would you consider this a base page or?
No, this is a template page.
Template.
This is what Roots would call a template page. So it loads inside of here, like I said earlier.
Yeah.
And so I'm just writing hardly any markup for my front page here. So it's got a loop. It's got, custom loop here. And I'm getting the template part. So it's pretty slim. It does a lot of stuff for you. There's a bit of a learning curve if you're not used to working with object-oriented PHP.
Yeah, that's what it's great.
And
It's really good because it's completely object oriented.
So on their site, they really explain why you would want to use, or how, if you're not used to working with object-oriented PHP, they've got a little blog post that really explains how to work with Sage if you're not used to working with object-oriented PHP. Let's see if I can find a nice little part here.
Do they have anonymous functions in here?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Just to kind of clean things up. It's just, it's not a like super advanced like something like Laravel, but it's nicer than most of the themes that I've
I
seen.
learned that, that's what this kind of looked like.
Yeah, there's actually is a
I was
theme.
like, oh, that's almost the thing there.
There is a theme that's very similar to Laravel. It's made by French code. It looks really cool.
Really? What do they call? I know it's a little bit off topic, but.
I don't remember what it's called right now. It'll probably come to me later. So this little bit here really explains how to work with it if you're not used to working with namespaces. Kind of explains here.
Now you just ask undefined functions, is that what you want?
Name or various or
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, what's that?
Your question, is that what you're looking for, the undefined functions? It wasn't the core functions that you were looking for?
Anonymous functions.
Let's see if I can show you maybe an example. I'd have to find, I can't think of one, an anonymous function that's in here right
Well,
now.
they auto load, right? Auto loading anonymous functions.
No, I don't think it's doing that. Just a bunch of stuff, bunch of meta boxes, PW research, CMV2.
I think they mention it in that blog post, it's like you scroll past it. It may be at the top of that, your page search anonymous functions.
Oh, right.
There you go.
Yeah. Pretty cool, one.
Let me show you, it's right here. So this is one way of writing that you're probably used to seeing. So you write your function, you write your filter, and then you reference your function, and it does it. But this is an anonymous function. Just kind of puts the function inside of there.
Okay, yes, sure.
Kind of like jQuery.
Yep,
Yeah, like jQuery, yeah.
it's pretty neat that they're doing that with PHP.
Yeah, this is nothing that's
It's not really new.
specific. You can write this on your own without this
But
framework.
people don't do that in WordPress a lot.
No. So that's kind of the bragging point about this, is that it makes you a better developer.
Yeah.
Because you're using, the namespaces, and you could use anonymous functions. Anybody have any questions? There's probably a ton of questions.
Actually, you
there.
did a pretty good introduction for the topic and for the thing.
No, that was really good.
I was gonna say, good job.
And the namespace and that
Yeah,
anonymous
pretty good.
function go hand in
Oh, yeah.
hand, so. it's pretty cool.
So I think the only caveat with that is WordPress officially supports 5.2. Namespaces and anonymous functions weren't introduced until 5.4, but you should be on at least 5.6.
Right.
Yeah, for
But-
security.
Yeah.
7 is recommended. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's catching up.
And the performance is so much better.
Yeah.
On 7,
So,
I'm learning that, but
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so you have to have, a nicer version
So
of
anything will run
PHP
on 7?
and Composer.
No, that thing's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it 7 breaks things, but not. So is WordPress, as it stands, completely 7 compatible? I know some of the
Yeah,
things.
so,
about
PHP 7,
I haven't
yeah.
had any problems.
Yeah.
Just
I've-
a lot of plugins.
I got my entire server running on PHP 7.1 or whatever the newest one is.
1.4, that's where I'm on too.
And I got Nginx on there as well, like every,
Everybody's doing Nginx.
yeah. Well, it's like, it's
I don't know
actually
why.
running as a reverse proxy
either.
in front of Apache. So I'm running Apache and Nginx at the same time on my server. But yeah, it's all compatible. Most of the themes that are like created now are 7.1 PHP compatible.
Well, PHP had an upgrade like that because they were getting smoked.
Yeah,
PHP was getting smoked, and they had to come up with it, so.
yeah.
Okay.
So what's the core on this? Just give us a 2-minute synopsis.
Oh, go ahead.
What's the core?
Yeah, I mean, why should I use it? Just put it down.
You should use it because it's faster to develop with. Once you get used to writing, like your filters with the namespace, underscore namespace, and the backslashes, once you get used to that, I like to think that it's much faster because you're just writing your template file. You're just writing like the div that's inside of the big markup. And let's see. So another big reason. I mean, it comes pre-packaged with Bootstrap and Gulp. The new
Oh, it
version,
does?
yeah, it
Nice.
comes, yeah. So it comes with Gulp and Bower. So that'll install the Bootstrap. But the newest version, which is still in beta, I downloaded it and it like blew my mind. It comes with Webpack.
Oh,
It
It
comes-
comes in a Webpack.
Yeah, you could
PHP or semi functions stuff.
install.
Isn't Webpack all or nothing? Or,
Yes, I think it
no?
is.
Is it all or nothing?
You can run Gulp with
Yeah.
and Webpack.
Yeah,
Sure
yeah,
can.
yeah, you can. Yes, right.
I'm right in the class here.
But it's got an installer, and when you run the installer, you can have it install with Bootstrap or Foundation.
That's cool, both sides. It's like a no-brainer.
I can't remember what else it installs with, but it's still in beta, and actually had a ton of errors when I wasn't trying to get it up and running. So I was trying to install it with Bourbon, and I was actually trying to configure Webpack I'm still learning. It's pretty crazy actually.
So who would use it? Somebody who's going to develop themes?
The
Specific?
stage.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just for themes. So, you got a client site or something, and
Yeah, like
they want
custom
something very custom
Website.
that you have to build from scratch, so to speak. You would want to use this or another starter theme, but this is the one that I would like to use. Is this one here?
I mean, I used to use HTML5 boilerplate for all of my client websites.
Okay.
Well, they had a version for WordPress though, HTML5 boilerplate. And then I started experimenting with Foundation, and it was before all of these front-end developer tools started getting so advanced.
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
And it only happened in the last
Five
probably
feet.
3 or 4 years that these tools got so super advanced,
Mine were.
Yeah.
with all the grunt, gulp, task runners, and stuff like that. So I actually haven't used any starter themes recently. Most of what
You built an app off that?
An app? I guess it depends on the app that you want to build.
If you're asking if you can, yeah.
Right.
You can.
Well, that's not
If you're asking for a
incorporating
web,
theme
a
or
web app,
Sage.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to build an app, I would probably find a theme that bypasses WordPress altogether and uses something like Vue or
Right.
Angular or something like that.
I would go for Angular.
Yeah, okay.
I like Angular.
So did you build the site already with this?
Yeah, that was his site that he was showing us.
Well, I just saw the 404 page.
Oh,
Yeah, so this is-
show us your website again, right?
Okay, so here's the homepage. So this website just showcases my work as like a portfolio site. So it's got some projects here. It's just looping through a custom post type sites that I've done with different agencies that I've worked with. And then it's got a blog, which I need to, May 9th was the last post. This one here is about the hackathon that we had here. I don't remember when it was, maybe March or something. And it's got a contact form down here. And so the blog,
And you used Roots for this too.
yep, I use Roots, and I ripped out Bootstrap that it came with, and I just kind of did my own. So this is like an about page.
It's nice.
I like that, it's pretty clean.
Very clean.
Thank you.
It's fast, I can tell you're rolling.
Me, mine, blog.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what
About
else to
me,
put on there.
here's my work, my
Could you click on one of your projects? Look at that.
So just some icons, kind of.
I love it.
At a
That's really
glance,
cool.
and then
What about the speed?
some
Fast?
screenshots. The speed.
How
I
fast
mean,
is
yeah,
it?
I don't have a whole lot of plugins on here.
Yeah,
They're just
chill out,
weighted down.
sitting up on it.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Like if I'm not mistaken,
Is that the live site or your local?
this is my live site.
Okay.
That's pretty fast. Huh?
If I'm not mistaken, I think for the sharing stuff, I think, yeah, like typically you would do this with maybe like a plugin, but I did my own.
Oh, you're
Oh, you rebuild?
Yeah, so it just goes to the site, whatever. So yeah, it's like less JavaScript that's loading through the plugin to weigh it down.
I think it's good to know how to do it yourself.
Yeah.
Like, so you get, you go in and you build the stuff yourself, you can trim a lot of fat away.
Exactly. And there's, like, you go
That
to,
sounds like a framework you just talked about.
I gotta ask you something really
It's a
different.
framework.
sure.
All right, so here's the front end, and you've got something on the left and something on the right. You didn't code that. How did, I mean,
You coded all of it.
where do you tell it where to place stuff?
CSS.
You mean the left and the right stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah,
CSS, positioning.
it's CSS.
CSS, position.
Well, so if you understand the way like the flow of the page goes when you write HTML elements, you understand the box model, you understand block level elements, inline level elements, you can be able to lay out like that in CSS and HTML pretty easily.
Just go study block model, the block model.
Box model, box model. Actually, now it's,
And inside the box, you
what
put
is
the
it,
block.
stretch, what is it?
Beaver.
I thought that
CSS grids,
Point of
yeah.
the thing was to handle that, so you didn't have to go and manage all the CSS yourself.
I was just like you.
Yeah, it comes with Bootstrap, but I don't have
It's
Bootstrap.
for us,
So
for
I ripped it
marketers,
out.
but it's good to have.
And then
So
replace
you're
it.
coding
You
all
go
the
there and
CSS
just
for the
hire
screens
runs.
on your own,
Yeah.
rather than letting the team do it?
No, I get it, hard.
Yes.
Well, That's how you build the thing.
But I had
Yeah,
such a big
CSS
website, I didn't
yeah.
part of it. I had to go
Oh, so you're
inside
putting
it
the CSS
myself.
into the thing?
Yeah,
Yes.
he
Yeah.
started from a blank
now.
slate.
So,
So,
but
Brian,
still
could
your
you show us-
team is handling the position.
Right.
Show us what
Okay.
Roots looks like without any of your code, just like basic,
got
like,
some, so I got
just show us a blank.
A blank root.
If you have a blank Roots installed or anything like that,
yeah.
you
I
can show
can show you
us.
one real quick.
Okay, yeah. So check it out, guys, this is what Ron's site looked like before he applied CSS. This is a blank Roots, this is where he started. Isn't that scary? But once you learn how to do it, it's easy.
Yeah.
It's easy.
Build up your own headers, your footers, load them in.
It's Greek to me.
I guarantee in an hour you can learn a box on it.
You really have to want to.
That's it, I won't talk to you owner.
Oh,
Let's
so
let's
you
put
don't,
into work on this.
Max, you're not very well versed in CSS, or,
Not at all.
so you
It's
don't,
all
okay,
Greek
so
to
the
me.
box model, you don't, okay,
Yeah,
oh, okay.
yeah,
He's a businessman.
you know? A
He's a
class,
marketer.
what's a class? I'm in a class right now.
Yeah,
No,
It's a different,
it's all new.
it's a different language. It's Greek to me.
okay.
No, we went through the box model a little bit, Mac, one time.
I know.
Remember I was telling you a little bit about it.
The whole web's a box. It's really simple.
Well,
The website's a
I-
box.
I'm out of the box.
10 or 12 You just have to remember which one wants comments.
Any more questions for Ron, guys?
Cynthia, I'm on 6 right now, maybe just on like.
All right, thanks, Ron.
Yeah.
Thank you.